Cheap, 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 cheap. Chicken and rice dinner on the cheap. So with prices the way they are at the stores, it's nice to be able to make a meal every now and then that's a little bit less expensive. And that's where we're using chicken thighs. You'll find that thighs are usually a fraction of the price of chicken breasts. And I prefer chicken breasts, but, you know, hey, food's food. So we're going to cook some of these and some chicken rice to go with it. So it's chicken and rice, and we'll see. You want to start with a little bit of oil like you would any of your meats in your pan. Even though it's where it shouldn't need to stick. And these are boneless thighs. So that would be nice. So it's like like chicken breast, but dark meat instead. Let me throw that away. Just a little bit more oil. A couple puddles about the size of a quarter. Okay, those are fat quarters, 50-cent pieces. And since I touched the raw chicken, I gotta wash my hands. On top of each thigh, I'm putting just a few drops of Worcestershire sauce on it. When we flip them over, we'll do the same thing. The other pot to cook the rice in is you just basically follow the directions. You boil the water, dump the rice in, let it boil for 7 minutes until tender, let it stand, and good in 5 minutes. So we got time on this because it's all about timing before we do that. We get stuff ready, like I already have 4 cups of water because it takes 2, and we're making 2 packages, so I have some leftovers since I'm sure we'll have some leftover chicken. So that way I'll have some lunch tomorrow. Instead of 1 tablespoon of butter, add 2 tablespoons of butter. Let those sear a little bit on that side is what we're looking for. So when I flip it over, there'll be a little bit of searing on it. You notice I'm not using the cast iron because I'm going to put some of this in it. Red wine vinegar. And you don't want to use a highly acid thing in your cast iron because it will dissolve iron, but won't dissolve silver stuff. See what the other side looks like. Perfect. So what we're looking for is a slight char. That will seal in the moisture and keep the meat flavorful. And once again, we just add a couple drops. And we let this cook till we get a char on the other side. And then I'm going to reduce the heat and add some other stuff. The other side is looking pretty good too. So we can drop the heat down. I guess that's about 3 or 4 tablespoons. Put a lid on it. That'll keep the flavor and smells in there. And that should take about another 10 to 15 minutes to cook. So I can start heating up my water because it's going to take 5 minutes to heat water. If you ever notice, it takes a lot longer to heat water than you think it should. And I'm going to put a lid on that because water heats faster with a lid on it. Plug the little hole, see how long you hold your finger over the steam hole. I want to just watch the butter melt. Here's exciting. People might like to see this.
I doubt it.
Now if you get in, you can see where the butter's off venting off the side. It's pretty exciting. More than watching paint dry. Watch butter melt. See, look, it's getting bigger. I'll crank up the heat. Uh-oh, whole pad's starting to move now. Oh. The excitement.
I seriously want to film this whole thing.
I assume Ray's going to be speeding this all up somewhat.
Yeah, I thought you were going to do this with the lid on so it does it faster.
Yeah, well, then we won't be able to film it because of condensation. It's kind of neat that it spins. Okay, we'll put the lid on it now. Smells good. Get my dessert ready. Just tell me you're not zoomed up my nose or something. Alright, that's boiled. Which is pretty simple. Pour it in, stir, reduce, simmer for 7 minutes or until tender. What happened to the easy rip area? There we go. Gently stir it in. There we go. Nice and slow. Or slowly pour it in. Get back to a boil and turn it down to a simmer. Now since we only got 7 minutes left to cook this before this is done, I'm going to turn up the heat and evap out some of the moisture to make our gravy au jus type stuff. It'll add a little bit of coating to the chicken. Some very fresh paprika. Wanted to show you something, a trend here. Here's the old bottle of paprika and the new bottle of paprika. You open up the old bottle, here's the size of the holes. Now this is a new trend that they're doing with most spices I've noticed. They put in oversized holes so that you use a lot more of the spice and go through it quicker. So be careful when you open up your spices. The holes might have suddenly gotten bigger than you're used to. Bigger holes. That's what we need. Oh, there was a lot of fat on those chicken thighs. I mean, I added some olive oil, but not nearly that much. Looks yummy. Waiting for the rice. Most of that color is paprika, not burnt, by the way. So to stir occasionally so it doesn't stick or get lumpy spots. It's all pretty much done. Just waiting for the rice. I'm going to need to get me something to drink with my dinner. Cow juice. rest of the families, I just put on paper towel to suck up the grease. We'll set that over on the side. Look, the pan's nice and clean. It wipes right off. Okay, since the rice is almost cooked, here, since this is a yellow rice, we would like to make it way more yellow. So we add turmeric. Besides adding good color, it'll add some better flavor to it, make it more flavorful. I hate bland rice. Now these packets of rice and any of these noodle things, they thicken as they sit for the first 2 minutes after you take them off of the heat, as the starches in them coagulate into the other items. That's also why I put the spices in, if you want to add any spices, at the end, so it doesn't cook in or interfere with the actual cooking. And a lot of spices like pepper will burn. People don't realize that. They're like, oh, that's salt and pepper. No, pepper burns. Then you get a nasty flavor, real bitter. Alright, we turned off the heat. Let it set for a minute, then I can plate it up. And since this is Wisconsin, everything is better with a little bit of cheddar, or mozzarella in this case. That is a beautiful yellow color. Time to try. Rice is good. Kind of tastes a lot like rice-a-roni without being so crispy. Wow, chicken has a barbecue flavor. And the turkey, or I mean the chicken thighs, is considerably cheaper than chicken breasts. And if you cook them in that certain way with the vinegar, it makes them taste really good. And then for my dessert, since no one else in my family likes canned fruit, I guess, or pears, go figure, I have a weird family. Can of pears. Well, I got me a good dinner, so it's been real easy cooking with Robert. I'm done.